Yeah, welcome to another edition of the Gospel of Photography. Shenwa Kisomi is my name. Just try to pay attention and ignore the thunder that is just, making noise out there. Today we're going to actually have a sneak peek of what is inside my camera box. A few people have wondered, Mr. Sheon, which equipment do you use to take all those your fine pictures? Do you use a Nokia 3310 camera phone, or do you use a Canon 2D Mark 20 or whatever? Well, guess what? Today you are going to find out. So come closer, and let's go into my world of professional photography equipment. So I have a case that is actually encasing all my equipment because the average camera bag just won't probably handle it. So I use a Pelican 1600 case that it's been reported that if you fall down from a 2-story building, you might probably die and break your leg, but this case will be strong and will survive. So I decided to get this case to at least, comes with a lot of foam and all that, and all this help protect the equipment. So we partnered with Canon. Okay, so if you are thinking which, computer, no, it's not computer, sorry, I'm a computer guy. If you are thinking which camera equipment brand to go with, trust me, Canon is the only brand that I can recommend. If I don't even know any other name, really. Canon, that's the only brand that exists. So all our equipment are Canon brand. I'm using the 600EX2 speed lights. I have, quite a number of this. I actually have more than I need, courtesy, Canon. Of course, I just put a few inside this box, so I have 2 inside this box. I have 4 cameras that can actually, enter this, camera box, one of which we're actually using to shoot, this right now. So let me start from the smallest model. This is a Canon 80D. This is a 24 megapixel camera that, we use it for many of the behind the scenes that we shoot. A lot of the jobs, maybe I might want my colleague to have a camera as a backup, whatever. This is like the go-to camera for that. So Canon 80D, a rugged, touchscreen camera that does the job, really. The next, model camera that we have for this box is the one that we're actually holding right now. That camera shooting this episode right now is actually a Canon 5D Mark IV. That camera, I think, is the most used camera of all the equipment that we have. And the lens that is on top of it is a 24 to 105 lens, which is ideal for a lot of people that want to shoot video. The third camera that I have here is a 5D SR. This is a 50 megapixel camera. I mean, if you are looking at shooting landscape, or I remember the time we launched this camera was that particular picture of a woman that lost her husband. I'm sure you guys saw those pictures there where we made the husband kind of invincible. We used this 50 megapixel to bring out, the details of that particular picture. 50 megapixel, I use this in combination sometimes with a macro lens. I have a 100 lens here when I want to take pictures of insects, maybe ants. There's a book I'm working on, Go to the Ants. Hopefully that will come out soon. So that's the second camera. And we have our number 1 camera here, courtesy Canon EOS 1D Mark II. Man, this thing is a beast. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, if you have a camera like this and you are using it to take passport picture, if it was Jesus, he would say, woe unto you, because you should be doing crazy stuff with a camera like this. With about 16 frames per second, you could almost catch any ghost that is running away. So interestingly enough, I actually hardly use this camera. At one point, I was actually praying for equipment to come, thinking that when I get equipment, I'll be able to, do a lot of what I need to do. And now all the equipment has come. Now I'm thinking all the ideas that I need to shoot, come now, why are you not around? So now I have all these gadgets. I'm praying for the ideas, to come. But that's Canon's number 1 camera, the EOS 1DX Mark II. We have a number of lenses here that will probably show to us. We have, I think, the smallest lens here, 18 to 55. This is the lens they call a kit lens. We sometimes use it with the Canon 80D. It's not a full frame lens, for those that know the full frame or not. So this is just the lens. Maybe somebody needs a lens to borrow. I could borrow them this. especially if you're a starter. I can't, borrow you the more expensive lens. This is 18 to 55. Consider the standard wide-angle lens. We have a 50 mm 1.4 lens, ideal for, a lot of the videos that we shoot also. 50 mm 1.4, the quality is wonderful. As time goes on, we'll be doing, reviews of each of these lens and bodies more in detail. I have a 100 mm f2.8 macro lens. Now, this is the lens I used to take all those insects, flowers. I actually, asked for all these, lenses from Canon because they serve different purposes. And Canon, of course, was gracious enough to partner with us and help us with them. I wanted to mention bless us, but no, bless is not the word. So 100 mm for all my macro adventures, okay? I have standard 24 to 70. This is one of our most used lenses. The 2.8 lenses, we use this a lot for our event coverages. The 2.8 is enough aperture to allow us work with, natural light. And, it gets the job done. I use it a lot and I really love it. Also in my camera box is also my phone, Huawei, phone. Trust me, the quality I get from this too, as a behind the scene stuff, I get good stuff from this. I just make sure before a job, I try to create as much empty space in the memory card as possible, because if you are shooting video or taking behind the scenes pictures, it could get filled up fast. So like I was saying, the difference between this and this lens is this is a 4.0 aperture lens, this is a 2.8 lens, and this is actually ideal and great for the videos that we shoot also. The similar lens that is equivalent to this is actually the one we are using to shoot this video right now, is the 24 to 105, which is also ideal for video. Usually I try to make sure the lenses are covered with their lens covers so that we don't have any scratch issues and all that. So we have another lens here, which is a standard lens that comes with the Canon 80D. This is a 18 to 135 mm lens. It's a f3.5 to 5.6 lens. Gets the job done too. Truth is, sometimes the difference between all these lenses might not be that significant, but especially when you now narrow it down on the aperture of all the lenses, for those that are used to them, they know the difference. So this two gets the job done, especially if maybe somebody needs something wider or more telephoto than the 55 mm of the 18 to 55. I could just give them the 18 to 135 and they could get farther, whatever they are shooting. Now, this was one of the lenses that even me, I was surprised that, yes, I was a little surprised that Canon will, give us this. This is a Canon 85 mm 1.2. This is the largest aperture lens that we have in our kit. The first time I saw this lens was with Shola Animashan, one of our guys in the industry, and that was years back, and I was like, wow, this lens is heavy. One day when I grow up, I'll hopefully have, a lens like this, and voila, we have a copy of this. Come to think of it, I've not really even used this self. The aperture is large. It's not just large, it's a heavy lens. Ideal for videos, really. Which other lens do we have here? So some of the other stuff we have, is not in this box, but this is really the ideal stuff that is in my box. So depending on what I need to shoot, like that particular client that I shot recently that needed maybe a picture for our portfolio, we used the 5D Mark IV and the 80D. 80D was doing the behind the scene. And hold on, let me put this lens cover back so that, okay, what else? Yeah, we have extra batteries. Interestingly enough, I don't know why, we forgot to get more batteries, because for each camera that you have, it's only ideal that you have at least, in my own opinion, 2 extra batteries for each camera. So every camera that you have should have 3 batteries. You can never have too much batteries. You just can never have too much batteries, because it's not professional to be charging batteries at the venue of your shoot. So we have at least a few extra batteries here. We have a cleaning, handkerchief for cleaning and shining your equipment. If all those assassins that we watch in the movies can be cleaning their guns, why shouldn't you, that shoot for a good purpose, be cleaning your own equipment also? So I have a wireless card here that actually is ideal for the 5D SR. Yeah, sometimes you want to shoot wirelessly. It also comes with the Canon 7D Mark II. Sometimes you want to shoot and maybe you want the pictures to go somewhere else, okay? This card, the W-E1 Wi-Fi adapter, will get the job done, okay? I also have a few memory cards, and one thing I realized that, look, you almost can never have too much memory cards. I have a few 16 gigabyte cards, 64 gig cards, 8 gig cards, and trust me, I actually don't have enough. So that's that. Basically, that's the summary of what is in camera box. As time goes on, we'll be doing some product review of each and every gadget that we have here, depending on what we are using them for, okay? But one thing I need to mention, as much as Canon is the right way to go, don't stress yourself or kill yourself because you don't have an equipment like this yet. I still recommend the importance of starting with what you have. If all you have is a camera phone, start from there. See, if you have good eyes for taking pictures, eventually by the time you outlive whatever gadget that you have now, you probably be able to better utilize all those higher models, okay? So don't feel it's because maybe I have a 1D X Mark II or blah, blah, that's why my pictures are better. No, it's because, I can see better inside my head. That's why I can use this equipment better, okay? So that's that for what's inside my camera box. And maybe you should have an idea why I can't afford also to have all this stuff and be charging anyhow. Even God will be angry at me. Even you will be angry at me. Okay, so that's that. Let me close my box. That's that for today's episode of Gospel of Photography. Tune in on this channel. Maybe not same time, but stay tuned. Send in your questions to Gospel of Photography at Hello Photos, and we'll do our best as much as possible to address them. My name again is Shenwa Kisomi, your host, your pastor, your evangelist, Gospel of Photography. See you.